Elvin Jones Radio.
First, I'd like to welcome you to WKCR.
Wow.
And,
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thank you for coming up and everything. We were worried about you a few minutes ago.
Oh, why worried? I had some technical difficulties.
Yeah, we were having some too. I understand you're opening at Slugs tomorrow.
It isn't Slugs, it's Folk City.
Oh, Folk City.
On West 3rd Street.
Right.
So, we do work Slugs.
Yeah,
quite
you
often,
work Slugs a lot. Right.
We will be going in there very soon, but this particular time it's Folk City.
Oh, yeah. Isn't it the first time you worked there?
Yeah, well, it's the first time I've worked there, and I understand that it's the first time that a jazz group has worked there. So
right.
It'll be sort of a first, or an initiation or something like that. But at least it'll be nice.
Yeah,
we're looking forward to it.
You don't think it's going to be any different than working the Vanguard or something? Well, it's just another gig, huh?
Well, I don't know. What it is to me, every time we play, I try to do as well as possible,
right.
the best that we possibly can. So I'm not all that casual about where I'm working or anything. I think every place is important.
Right.
So we'll do.
Well, you've been all over
the very best that we can.
Yeah, you've been all over the world. I mean, played in all the free world, as they call it. Have you been to to China or anywhere, or Russia?
No, we haven't.
They have festivals there once in a while, don't they?
Well, they do that. My brother's band is there now.
Oh, where?
In Russia.
Oh, yeah.
They're a 5-week tour there, and they're supposed to be in Moscow at the time when President Nixon is going to be there. So it really means quite a lot. I think it's very nice. It's a good thing. It's a very important thing for Americans and for the music in general.
Somebody called up and heard you were going to be on the air, and they asked, since you're going to be at this club, they immediately thought about the fact that you'd never made a live recording anywhere.
No, not with this group. I haven't. We've been thinking about it. We've been kicking that idea around for a while, and it's just there's a lot of things that are to consider when you think about doing a live recording in a club. You have to check out the acoustics and all this, and find out whether or not it's all right to do it there, because a lot of club owners, and at least just don't like for that to happen because they think it interferes with their business.
Right.
So there's a lot of things to consider, but I would like to do a live recording somewhere, sometime, and I think we will do one in the near future. But as to where we'll do it, I really don't know.
Yeah. Well, who's playing in the group that you have now? What's the personality?
There's Gene Perla on bass. And I think he's a great bass player. None of that. He's a great person. He's a gentleman. And he's very knowledgeable about music, and he's a enthusiastic student of music. And I can't think of anyone I'd rather have playing bass with me.
Right.
And there's David Liebman, who I think is a genius, really. He plays tenor saxophone, soprano, and flute, and he's a very prolific composer.
He's on your new album, right?
Yeah, he's on this. He was on the last one too. Genesis, when he first started to play with me off and on, he's a very fine musician. And there's Steve Grossman, who previously his experience was with Miles Davis and some other groups, and he's like the baby of the group, and he's he takes up where John Coltrane left off. Yeah, like that. I think you just have to hear him to really appreciate the tremendous talent that he has. And as Don Elias added on the conga drums, who was another alumnus of Miles Davis's group. He's just a percussionist, and he plays conga in a context that isn't it isn't Latin, it isn't Afro, it isn't, but he plays real music with his conga drums. He's a real conscientious musician, and it fits what he does fits the group feeling so well. He's very, he's another very fine person, and a real, I'm just happy as I can be to have him with us.
Right. That's the whole group. Yeah. Let's see. The last time I saw you at Slugs, I think the group, was it the same group you had? Was it a bit different?
Yeah, I think it was the same group. It was the last time you were in there.
Yeah, because that group was really fine.
That's it.
Yeah, that was when they had the birthday party for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was some party.
Yeah, it was really together.
Nice.
The group was really smoking that night, man. I would have been surprised if it had broken up, that soon.
This is we're just really getting together,
Right.
The breaking up is something that we don't even think about.
Right.
This is something that we're gonna stay together for as long as we live, as long as it lasts, as long as there's breath in our bodies.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I think I've heard that before. Yeah, well, I've heard that before, but groups come and go, and people come and go, but in and out of groups so fast.
Sure.
What happens? Musical tastes begin to differ. You start going in different directions.
Well, when that happens, I suppose we'll break up then. But otherwise, I can't foresee any disintegration of this group in the near future.
Yeah. It's really together. But one other thing I'd like to ask you, about playing in clubs and recording. When you play, you do a lot of you play a lot of solos. Like I've seen you take, like very long solos. Would that be a factor in preventing you from recording a live album because of the limited amount of time that?
I would imagine that if and when we do a live album, and I'm hoping it'll be within the foreseeable future. What I do on it, I don't think that won't be a governing factor as to the content of the album at all. If I play a solo, I'll play a solo, and if I don't, then I won't, But the length of it won't have anything to do with what it really is all about. It'll be a live album. It'll be a live album of what the group is doing, and it will hopefully give an honest and forthright projection of the abilities of the musicians involved.
Okay. You're listening to WKCR FM 89.9 in New York. My name is Vernon Gibbs, and the program is called Jazz Alternatives. And right now we're speaking with Elvin Jones, who opens tomorrow at Folk City with his brilliant group that's been together for how long? A year.
Well, we keep adding people to the group. Don Elias happens to be the last person to join the group, and he's been there for the last 2 months.